The first thing I ever heard about it, my daughter said, "Mom, my room is haunted." Would I have believed that something like this would be possible? And no, not in a million years. As time went on, I was aware that this wasn't a ghost. I was aware, whether I liked it or not, that it was demonic. I mean, it just escalated and escalated to really nasty things. I pray you never see what I saw.
According to this creation myth, among the angels, one who was very smart is called Lucifer, which means lux, it means light in Latin, which the one who carried light. He was so smart, he said, "What's the point of me obeying God? I can't be God." So he was struck down by God and he became the demon. The one who rebelled became the devil and took his disciples. So he had the devil and his children, so to speak. A question I remember, which has been raised by many atheists: why doesn't God just put the devil in jail and throw away the key? It said, well, we have to be free to choose for God, etc. So, and then only at the end of the world, then God will create new heavens and then the devil will no longer act. But now he's free to act.
I would be defined as wealthy, and I live in a very nice house, and I'm well educated. My husband's a builder and an architect. My son is the captain on his football team, and my daughter, she told me for months that her room was haunted. And until one night when she was away and I went to sleep in that room and experienced it for myself, I did not believe her. The walls were thumping, not a little bit, but loudly. It would be like if on the other side of the wall someone punched it. I was scared.
There are three main stages of possessions, and the first would be an infestation. They may have sounds in their home, usually popping sounds. That's one of the most typical sounds that a demon starts with, to let you know, to let the victim know that it's there, is a popping sound. And then from there, they come under a further attack, which we call oppression.
It got noticeably worse, but coincidentally, we were going to move. It was a coincidence, and I thought, great, we're out of this haunted house, no big deal. And it started, but worse, in our new house. It was a lot more aggressive at that point. My daughter started saying, you know, I'm being hit. But until I got struck, it was hard to believe it had gone to that level, from popping to, you know, punching.
They may be waking up at 3 a.m. every morning. They may feel like there's something sitting on their chest. They can't breathe. They will feel entities around them. They know something is there when it goes into an oppression stage. They know something evil is there.
By that time, we were almost experiencing the same things. Like, we would have the same nightmares on the same night, where we would see women that were crucified on the wall, and they all had blood coming out of their mouth.
They know that things are going on around their house that don't make sense. They may have even been visited by spirits at this time.
As it progressed, we were able to see it. And my daughter and I saw it at the same time, and we were able to look at each other and say, "Did you see that? Did you see what that was?" And we were able to describe it back and forth to each other. There was more than one in the house, and so they look different, they sound different, and they act different.
In the Bible, when Satan presents himself, he presents himself as a legion.
Biblically, there's legions of demons. Whatever a legion happens to be, literally thousands. And some of them have names, some of them don't.
There were three. One large demon in the house, and there were two smaller ones. And then as far as little ones that crawl around, there were, I don't even know how many of those. I know it sounds crazy, but they're cowardly. The big ones are not like as fearful. For instance, one night, it came into my bedroom, and I just don't know how to say this except that I couldn't move a muscle, and it got on my chest and pressed its face against my face. He had prominent cheekbones. He had a prominent jaw, and he looked rotted, and he kind of drooled when he snarled, or it was more of a growl. but it's not a growl like any other type of growl that you've heard. It's like, it reminds me of a cross between a purr and like a lion is the best way I can describe it, but it doesn't sound human.